We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 160. Today we're going to talk about my NFL pick of the week. Last week we went 3-0. Then we're going to talk about my week in poker. There wasn't much. Something called the election in 3 days. The Mouthpiece is next. What up, everybody? Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 160. How you guys doing? Well, I've been sleeping, and my sleep schedule is kind of fucked up. Been staying up all night, sleeping all day. But I got to watch the Dodgers win the World Series. Yay! And two ways to look at it. I saved like $4,000 by them somehow winning with Game 5 and me not having to go to Game 6. But I'm kind of glad because I was getting a little bit worried. You know, the Yankees lost 4-1, but they gave away games 1 and 5. I mean, truly amazing. Truly amazing to watch. To watch that happen. But yeah, went 3-0 last week on our picks. I actually was going to do a podcast on Thursday, and I was going to give out my pick of the week, which was the Jets. Because as you see, I got to show you guys, so I'm not lying. I don't think I'm lying to you. So, but now I got to come up with a different one because, which I've come up with a different one, but we got to get this thing turned around. That 0-8-1 stretch was pretty gross, but we're gonna rip them off. There it is. As you can see, Jets as my number 10. You can't see it. See. So the Jets were my 10. I've changed a lot, and so here we go. Here is what it was originally my 3 or my 6th or 7th pick, but I've moved them up. The Arizona Cardinals are my pick of the week. I really like them, and at a half, then it moved to 1.5. And here's the reason why I liked them. And where I went with them as my pick of the week. The Arizona Cardinals have played the toughest schedule in the NFL. Number 1, toughest schedule, and they're 4-4. The Bears have played the 31st toughest schedule in the NFL. And Arizona's 1.5. You got one team that's battle-tested. The other team played a very easy schedule, and they blew that game last week. And they're a young team. I don't know how they're going to respond from that Hail Mary last week. So there it is. The Arizona Cardinals are my pick of the week. My number 2 pick of the week is just a gut feeling. This is absolutely going against everything I ever do. Are the Baltimore Ravens over Denver, laying the 9. I never lay 9 in the NFL. I just don't. And I just have a gut feeling. Lamar didn't practice. He said he's fine. He says he's starting. Denver is stepping up to a highest quality team they've played all year. My gut tells me the Ravens are just that good. And I don't think Denver's as good as their record. So my number 2 pick is the Ravens. And my number 3 pick is the LA Rams -1. The Rams own Seattle. I think they're really good. If they win, They literally are tied for the division lead, and they're getting healthy. They're getting all their players back. Seattle's got a ton of injuries. Metcalf ain't playing again. A couple of their defensive players are out. I really like the Rams. This game kind of went a little bit sideways on me towards the end. It's a tough week, but that's where I'm going. I'm going Arizona, the Ravens, and the Rams. So we are now 3-4-1 on our pick of the week, 4-4 on our number 2, and 4-4 on our number 3. So we're not getting crushed for as bad as we ran for like 3 or 4 weeks. So we're going to turn this around and end up having a winning year. I'm pretty sure. I really like Arizona this week. You know, I was going to, like I said, I was going to have a podcast just to put out my pick of the week to you guys, of the Jets. But, and they won easily. So, you know, these Thursday games, sometimes you just got to pick them. And it was Houston on the short week, 4 days. They lost their second best receiver in Diggs. And Nico was out, and offensive lineman was out. And this line opened like 1 and got moved to 3. I laid 1.5 in the game. And so, yeah, that was a good win. So, number 1 pick, Arizona, pick of the week. Number 2, this is just a pure gut feeling. I really have nothing to back this pick. The Ravens, I'm laying 9, and the Rams laying 1. So I've got 3 favorites this week, which is very rare, as my top 3. You know, I like the Giants a little bit, but some sharp guys I somewhat listen to, they like the other side. I like the Miami a little bit. Sharp guys I listen to like the other side. So this is why I didn't put up. I did like the Raiders. If you could get 7.5, I don't think you can get it anymore. Let's see. So there, you know, I have lots of dogs in here. I have Green Bay. It's one of my picks. So we've got, you know, my other 7 picks are Indy dog, Green Bay dog, Vegas dog, Miami dog, Giants dog. So I got a lot of dogs. I still got 4 or 5 dogs out of my 10 picks if I pick them, but I just try to get you guys 3 good picks. So, all right. So the Dodgers, we won the World Series 4-1. That was quite the game 5 that they put up. Quite the game 5. That 5th inning was something special. I'll tell you guys a story. So I woke up because I'm on this late schedule. I fell asleep. I woke up at 6 o'clock and turned on the World Series game. Dodgers are down 5-0, and they're starting the top of the 5th. I literally woke up I woke up top of the 4th. It was 5-0. Dodgers go 3 outs. Yankees leave like 3 men on base. I thought they were just going to blow it open. And then I witnessed this. I witnessed a professional baseball team drop a routine fly ball. By the way, that was Judge's first error all year, regular season or postseason. How about that? And that's after he makes that incredible catch in the 4th inning when the Dodgers had a man on and Freeman hit the ball to the wall that could have been a double. No, I don't. You asked me to make a lot. I don't bet shit on football. I bet like 1,000 or 2,000 a week just for. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm down like 1,200 for the year. Maybe if I'm actually winning for the year because I made a big bet on the Dodgers to win the series. So I don't bet sports really. I just bet. I'm in these pick'em leagues and I try to give you guys insight from sharp people I know and from me doing what I would do and whatever. So yeah, I don't really do anything like that. So yeah, so I watched the fly ball get dropped after the leadoff single. Then I watched them throw the ball to me at third base, hit me in the head. Then I watched a ground ball to first that would have ended the inning, and somehow Cole doesn't cover first. And double, we're tied, and I knew we were going to win from there because I knew we had the fresh bullpen. So it was really good, really exciting. I was in tears for the Dodgers. Dodgers are like my team. So yeah, that was great. It was great week. We 3-0 on our pick of the week, top 3, the ones I bet. I won on the Dodgers to win the series, and I haven't played any poker. I'm still waiting, guys, for my Vyvanse. I have yet. They had it in. They had some in. I sent the prescription back in. I get there and they say they don't have any. So it's very hard for me to play poker when I don't have my ADHD medication because the game's really big and I'm scared to play when a game's really big. So yeah, so that's what's going on with my poker. It's now 1 month and 2 days with no Vyvanse. So I don't know what I'm going to do. This is like the only town in the world that can't get any Vyvanse over one fucking year or 1 month. So all right, so we're done. Let's not talk about the NFL or the World Series right now. Let's talk about what all you fucks want to talk about. You want to talk about the election. Here we go. Here goes everybody going crazy. So, yeah, it's 3 days before the election, and all you have to do is look what the Democrats are doing. They're literally desperate. Let's see, they called Trump's Madison Square Garden a Nazi rally. They had a comedian who, to make people laugh, they accused Trump of making fun of Puerto Rico because the Democrats don't know what it's like to laugh. They're woke fucking. They're just awful. And then you had the President of the United States call half the country garbage. And then we had the new hoax, the Trump wants to assassinate Liz Cheney hoax. They're going to put out more hoax in the next 2 days, and they're going to spin it with their media lackeys. And anybody that knows anything about 53.47, and I laid $1.67. It was 2-1. It was 2-1 less than 3 days ago. So, John, false reality is if you believe the Liz Cheney hoax, then you are very, very stupid. And I like you too much and love you too much to call you stupid. But the Liz Cheney hoax is the media at its finest. The media at its finest. And the thing is you had like CNN and like some other newscasts do their correction of their Trump tried to assassinate Liz Cheney when he just called her out for being a war hawk. But since the left is all pro-war now and they're not anti-war, they cheered it on because they're like, yeah, Liz Cheney, we got Liz Cheney, yeah, we want to send everyone to war. We're the Democrats, we're pro-war now. What a fucking joke. We're pro-war, Liz Cheney. You guys have it, Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. We got RFK and Tulsi Gabbard. So you guys can have your Liz fucking Cheney. What a fucking joke. Oh, Trump wants the Pride Boys to take action. Keep drinking the Kool-Aid, guys. Keep drinking the lies. Lies, lies, lies. Everything they say is a lie. Can anybody name 3 things the Democrats have said in the last week that are true? And then you can name me, if you can name me two things, or one thing, the Republicans have said in the last week. That's a lie. We're going to play truth or lie on this show tonight. Since all you fucking goofballs, Trump lies. On the media tells me Trump lies. Okay, what has he lied about? What has he lied about? I want to hear what he's lied about. Let's go. Yeah, all lies. Name one lie. Everybody, let me hear. Whoa. I just named you fucking two that the Democrats came up with. Now, name me one that that Republicans or Trump lied about this week. I'm waiting. Where's the lie? Name me a lie. Trump tells me lies. I'm waiting for the lies. Trump lies about the polls. No, he exaggerates the polls. He doesn't lie. He exaggerates lots of things. He doesn't lie. It's what he just exaggerates. I do that a lot too. I don't mean to do it, but I do it. Trump lies when he says Social Security for the people who consist only of U.S. bonds that will collapse. I don't agree with that. Trump lies about the economy. Well, I don't know. Go look at the poll, and the polls say 72% say the country's on the wrong direction and the economy sucks. Okay. Now, for people like me, the economy's fine. For people like my friend John, where it costs $16 for a Big Mac fries and a Coke, I guess the economy's not that good. The vest made him look slimmer. That was funny. It actually did. I thought he was just going to wear it at every rally. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, 79% says we're on the wrong track. So I think it's a little bit less. I thought it was like 72%. But that's an exaggeration, so you're a liar. Yeah, 72% say the country's on the wrong track. The Democrats have been in charge for 12 of 16 years. 12 of 16 years. Well, just because it's the leading economy in the world doesn't mean it's not good for people. Biden did open the border on day one. I'm still waiting for what Trump lies about. I can name you 100 that they lie about. They just make shit up. They just literally make shit up. I really think, honestly, because of if this was 4 years ago, where the Twitter was held by the far left and they censored everybody, then nobody would have known that the Liz Cheney thing was a lie. But when they put it out and all the media fucking monsters put it out, Trump is a rapist. That's a lie. Trump has never raped anyone. They accused him of and convicted him of sexual assault. Like that, she didn't even say that he touched her butt. So that's sexual assault. So that's a lie. He never raped anybody. Next. I'm still waiting for the lie. I'm still waiting for something to lie. I mean, come on, you guys. How could you just spoo Trump lies, Trump lies? Everything says a lie. You guys don't have one thing that he lied about. His golf score. I don't know. He shoots in the 60s. That I know for a fact because Josh Aria golfed with him. Said he shot like 69. So, I don't know. Well, I believe Josh. Yeah, Josh ain't going to lie. The Dems lie about Project 25. That's a complete lie. He has nothing to do with it. No judge has ever said he's a rapist. That's a lie. Let's go. I'm waiting. Come on. Give me a lie. Give me something he's lied about. You guys could. That's the problem. The media tells you Trump bad. He's a liar. He makes things up. But you guys can't come up with one thing. Not one fucking thing. Dude, they literally fucking media went crazy. Said Trump wants Liz Cheney executed. They ran with that. Like anybody in their right mind is going to read that and say that's not possible. And then they see that, oh, he told her what the anti-war people tell. It's called the chicken hawk rule. What if you're going to send people to war? Why don't we send you to war? Let you get shot at. Yep. Wait. You said you've came up with several. What have you come up with, John? Barry, what? Come on, man. What has Trump lied about? Come on, just type it in. Type it in. It's not hard. Not an exaggeration. What has he lied about? Pretty unbelievable that you guys don't come up with one thing. The Democrats censored people, had thousands of people taken off Twitter. They used the power of the government to silence free speech. That's a fact. Go look at the Twitter files. They can't name one thing. Isn't it it's incredible, Vegas Aviation, huh? They can't name one thing. Can you imagine? All they can do is repeat what the media tells them. That's what they call, in our world, we call them sheep. You guys, we can't take calls yet.
Oh, you don't want
Or we could.
Might as well. I hope we can do.
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, is Mike.
Yo, Mike, what's up, Gypsy Frank?
What's up, Frank? The sheep can't name one thing that Trump lies about. All they can do is call him a liar. Isn't it amazing?
Pretty funny.
Can you imagine the fucking chat and none of the anti-Trumpers can name one thing? I mean,
It's sad when so many people are, it's like the blind leading the blind. They just fucking hear what someone says and regurgitate it. Like, think for yourself.
Think for
Be a
yourself.
fucking normal human being.
Can you fucking imagine that Liz Cheney thing that they tried to push? I mean, that's got to push everybody towards Trump, right? Like, well, I guess the people, that they hear it once and then they do the correction, and enough people like hear it. Like, you believe it or not, there's like 20 million people that are going to vote, or 10 million people are going to vote that don't even know who they're voting for till they walk into the box. So I guess they're trying. They use the big misinformation on the entire country to.
It's funny how they censored everything on Facebook and Twitter and said misinformation and fact checking when they could fucking say anything they want with no repercussion. And they're literally just, each day it's a new talking point. They're throwing shit to the wall.
That's how I know we're going to win.
Distraction.
That's how you know we're going to win. They're just throwing things at a wall and just...
Look at Trump when he does a rally. All he does is talk about his fucking, his points and things that he wants to fix and policies and whatnot. All she does is fucking...
She reads off a teleprompter, and then when the teleprompter breaks, she just starts rereading it. Did you see...
Pause.
Did you see when the teleprompter broke the other day? Then the teleprompter broke the other day. She kept saying, moving forward. She's like,
Mike,
can't, it's unbelievable.
You're a Jew. How do you feel that they're comparing his rally at Madison Square Garden to being Hitler and being a Nazi?
It's
Isn't that trivializing
sickening.
the fucking Holocaust?
It's degrading to Jewish people. It's completely degrading. It's absolute. And then after that rally, they're like, it was a hate fest. No, but see, the thing is people don't believe it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like having Elon, like literally, like throw out a truth to everything they say, which is everything they say is a lie. And listen,
Elon was a godsend.
But what I told you this 2 years ago when he bought Twitter. You remember what I said? It's going to go down in history as the greatest thing that ever. It'll go down like Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves, because he's going to free the country. We're going to free the country from the tyrants. Okay, and it's what sucks is I feel bad because look, Barry's a great guy and John's a great guy, and I have plenty of Democrat friends that are great people. Okay, and listen, they want to be Democrat because they were Democrat their whole life, and the Republican Party, was where they are now. Is where the Democrats were, like 8 years ago, 10 years ago, right? Where the party...
Right, I feel you. They moved more moderate.
We're moderate. We're more in the middle. and they went off the cliff left. And I mean, there's a reason why. Like one of the famous poker players who had never seen the ad on the anti-trans ad when he said, where Trump says, I'm for you, they're for they, them, I'm for you. You've seen that, right? And
no, I didn't, but that's a good one.
It's a good one, right? It talks about like how the Democrats are for women in sports, and they're all for, where they see Kamala talking about transgender surgeries for prisoners, like people who commit crimes, and then they want to get moved into the female prison. Like she literally said she's for that, right? So they run this ad over and over, and people are like, why are they running this ad over and over? Okay, because it's like, it's so insane that you want to take federal government funds and give surgery for prisoners that are convicted for like murder or whatever, so they could go to a woman's prison. See what I'm saying? And like
whatever the fuck they did, whether they murdered, whether they fucking jaywalked, it shouldn't be an option.
Yeah, and so somebody, one of the poker players, because we're in a swing state, so they run this ad over and over. And I was talking. I listened to Frank Luntz, who's one of the biggest pollsters, and he said that this ad is the most effective ad of all the ads that Trump's put out. And I'm like, and it sounds crazy. Well, why would it be? There's like only 1% transgender people. Because it shows the insanity of her and how left she is. And it's very effective.
That's a great example. That's what I called you for. I wanted to make that point. If the left, if they would move, 10 degrees more to the right, they would fucking win every election.
Every election.
If they would get away from the DEI.
Well, even if you
about everyone's feelings and inclusion and like,
if
stop
you
being a fucking retard.
If you watch Bill Maher, he's like, if we lose the election, it's because of all the woke progressive policies that you morons.
Exactly. I used to hate his guts, honestly, but like I could tolerate him now because it's like,
because he's
red-pilled a little bit. And
listen,
his eyes.
He's been open. His eyes have been opened. And here's the thing: he hates Trump so much that he can't say "fuck you." I'm voting for Trump. Okay. But
that's the sad part. If people could remove him and look at policies, they'd rather see the country go to hell in a handbasket than Trump to be the leader.
And so, he's like, well, if she gets elected, maybe she'll move, get off these woke policies and move back to the center and be a normal liberal. But
right.
There is no such thing as a normal liberal anymore. They're out of their minds. Like, listen, I have like 3 very famous poker players that I know. Well, I know a lot. I know all the famous poker players that I know are voting for Trump, but they're too gutless to come out and say it. And I'm just like, why? It's like maybe they're worried that they'll lose money. I don't know, but like. I couldn't imagine like working, being famous, like someone really famous, and worrying about what you say politically, that it could affect
selling your soul.
You're selling your soul, right? If you can't like come out and say, "Hey, these people are crazy. I'm for Trump now," then you've sold your soul. Like, how do you not like what? That means how could you be silenced? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never be silenced.
Pathetic.
Like me, I'd rather have no money than be silenced,
I'd rather be hated by everybody and be true to myself.
Absolutely. So,
it's sad, Mike, because people like, I'm a minority, but like, I expect to be, judged on the merits of my value. I don't expect anyone to give me anything. I work for what I have, and we all live in the same world. And what happened is America got so fucking good and robust that people had nothing better to do then get in touch with their inner feelings, and this is what happens when you fucking start caring too much about your feelings. You want a man to be in the women's bathroom. You want fucking men to be in women's sports. Like, fucking get real. What planet are we living on?
Correct. And so, like a lot of my Democrat friends in the chat, they don't know that that's their position. In other words, they follow the left media. They don't know how crazy left they've gotten. I mean, do you think the guy who invented electric cars, who's the biggest climate change proponent in the world, could now be pro-Trump? I mean, how does that happen? It happens because they moved so far left. The woke mind virus took over his daughter, or his son, which is now his daughter, and he had no say in it. And it happened because of Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders attacking the man that paid $18 billion a year in taxes, calling him every name under the sun on Twitter, when it was Twitter, and them attacking him made him buy Twitter. And then he saw how corrupt they were, how they were silencing free speech, and they were, it's like, think about where
that's the sad thing.
Think about whether
I'm an American. You're a proud American. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Of course.
I love the Constitution. I love what America's founded on. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, all of those things. And it's like they want to go against all of that. Yeah. And it sickens me how they can expect this woman, on a world stage. She's going to have dealings with Vladimir Putin, with Kim Jong-un, with Xi Jinping, with all of these fucking leaders.
She's so stupid. I mean, this is not...
She can't fucking talk to a group of people, let alone a fucking world leader. She will literally it'll be the end of America.
I agree. I really agree. I honestly would vote for Hillary Clinton 100 times over her. I would vote for Joe 100%. Biden's corpse. This woman, she can't speak and have an interview. She can't do anything off a teleprompter. It's like this woman was polling at 28% as a VP 3 months ago. And the media would say, oh, Kamala good. And I mean, listen, they had no other choice because this is their fault. I lose 40K. I mean, Biden was never running, but they ran him anyways. Like I told you, there's no chance the guy was running. I mean, it's kind of stupid that I lose this bet, but it's like she could never win a primary. She's awful. They literally.
No, absolutely.
I mean, RFK hit it right on the nose. He goes, "Would I still be part of the Democrat Party if they let me run in a primary?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "But they silenced me. They put lawfare on me. They sued him and tried to get him off the ballots. And then when he dropped out, they insisted his name stay on the ballots. Think about how corrupt that is. Think about that, Frank, how corrupt that is. They wouldn't let him on the ballot, and then when he drops out, they won't let him take the names off the ballot in the swing states.
Did you, my wife brought something to me the other day, I think it was yesterday, the day before, about, I think it was Virginia or Washington, about the polls that were voted by illegals, and now they're taking it to the Supreme Court. They ruled in favor, and now she's suing.
The 1,600 people, they ruled in favor of us. And then they had one thing in favor of us in Pennsylvania, another thing go against us in Pennsylvania. Something about the signatures, if there's something wrong, they gotta get them to redo it, but if the date is wrong, they're unaccepted. Why? But here's the thing. We're 3 days before the election. Why are we fighting about whether what signatures need to be correct on a mail-in ballot for the election in Pennsylvania? Think about that. Shouldn't this have all been done 6-8 months ago? A year ago? 2 years ago?
Shit.
Why are we going to the Supreme Court and fighting about signatures? I don't know. And here's another thing. The fact that the Democrats want no voter ID tells you there's no 84% of the country wants voter ID at the polls. I mean, how could you be for a party that doesn't want you to have an ID? Well, black people have problems getting an ID. It's just a lie.
The only reason would be is because they want corruption.
They want to cheat. That's the only reason they would want no.
Obviously, it's so blatant. There's literally no other explanation. Calling it racist is the biggest fucking joke I've ever heard in my life.
They went into like Compton. They went into like Harlem. They went around. Do you have an ID? Yeah. Do you have problems getting an ID? No.
To black people to say that they don't have the brains or the funds to be able to go get an ID.
Think about that. Think about how insulting that is to black people. You don't have the funds.
That's fucking racist.
That's fucking racist.
It shows how they view them as a people.
That's how they view them, right? That's how they view them, and people don't realize Trump is the reason why they hate him is Trump wants to fix problems. Trump wants to help. Do you know that he's polling at 51% on the Latino vote? Do you know that Mitt Romney in 2012 got 6% of the Latino vote?
Really? Yeah, I was going to ask you historically how has that went?
6%. Trump got 30% in 2020, 33%, and now he's polling at 51% of the Latino vote. Why? Because they don't want illegals taking their jobs. They don't want. I don't live in a town that has lots of illegals in it. I don't know if anybody else does. They could call the show and let me know. But I heard it's really bad. Like, it's really bad. Like, can you imagine? I don't know. Like, I have friends out here that struggle to get by. Can you imagine that they give illegals a cell phone, a place to live, and what's it, $1,500 a month, or something like? Someplace I heard more. I heard they put in there.
Well, what a spit in the face that is to the veterans that fought for this country.
It's a complete spit in the face. It's incredible. And listen, I want people to thrive. I want people to be successful. But like America first means, like, when we say America first, we want the veterans that are that are homeless taken off the homeless. We want them having a place to live. We want them being funded.
If anybody has a problem with that, they shouldn't be in America anymore, to be honest with you. They should be a part of the fucking mass deportation that Trump will do if he's elected. Honestly, if they're not okay with America first, let's get our shit in order. Then we can continue to help the world out. I'm fine with that.
I want to help the world out. I want to help everybody out. You know, but you know what? We're gonna take care of our people first. You know, to think that they can sit there and give
to our detriment.
They could give $200 billion to Ukraine and all this money to the illegals and housing the illegals, and then North Carolina just gets flooded and they're giving every $750. Like,
yeah, you're on your own, fellas.
I mean, that's fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? And so people don't realize you're not voting for Trump. Okay. Trump's one person. People, do you know how many people are in the government? How many people do you think that in the team that when they change out? There's like over like 2,000, 3,000. So like when you're voting for Tulsi, you're voting for RFK, you're voting for Vivek, you're voting for Elon Musk. I mean, this is a
Who
fucking. Who
controls the House as of right now?
What's that?
Who controls the House as of right now?
We do, and we're tied. We're tied. They have one more in the Senate now. It looks like that the Senate could go either way, and the House could go either way. So I don't know, you know, but I know that if we get control of all three, we'll be able to make a huge difference in this world. Like RFK said, I've spent 19 years praying to God that somebody can help me fix the food in this country and get people healthy again. I mean, you're talking about, you know how much money that like if RFK gets in there and gets this poison out of the food and gets the poison out of the vaccines. I mean, do you know we're like the most unhealthiest country in the world? Like, I didn't know that, but we
Yeah, I
are.
was looking at that, like the FDA standards for like our stuff versus like Europe and all of that shit. What dyes and sugars and stuff, it's ridiculous. That's why there's an obesity epidemic in America.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And so when you have somebody, this
Look
is
how
not.
fucking prevalent autism and all of these other things are today than they were 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
The thing is like you have people like him. You have Elon Musk is willing to start a Department of Government spending, a new category where he literally controls the government spending, the overspending, and save us $2 trillion a year. Like you have businessmen, you have the sharpest minds in the world. You have people who are going to, the anti-war people like Tulsi Gabbard, that could be our Secretary of State, right? We asked who could be Secretary of State. I think it's going to be Tulsi. You got people like RFK that are going to be in charge of Health and Human Services. Get the shit out of the poison out of the food. You got,
What are their points for opposition to that?
these people make zillions of extra dollars when they grow twice as much crop with the stuff they put in it. It grows like twice as much. It's all about money.
The GMOs and all of that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It gives them like 2 or 3 times as much food for the price. You know what I'm saying? So you've got big pharma, big farm, okay, that are all in the pockets of these elites. You got to get the money out of dude. That's what they're not handing over America to Trump. They're just what's going to happen in the next 3 days. I can't even imagine because they're losing. Right?
I'm so tired of hearing the talking points of he's going to be a dictator as soon as he gets in office. It's like he was already in fucking office for 4 years. What did he do? All they could say is he incited an insurrection, which is the most fucking bullshit thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, he told everybody to peacefully let their voices be heard. He said straight out, we're the party of peace. We do not attack police officers. So
Meanwhile, they're the motherfuckers that burn down cities.
Exactly. And listen, if you repeat Project 25, like John's repeating right now, and you repeat the talking points of insurrection, if you say it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, it becomes true. That's just what they do, man. They're sick people.
They're mentally ill. To be honest with you.
This Liz Cheney hoax and they spread it like wildfire. Like Trump said, Trump's suing CBS because she had one answer on the interview, and it was so bad they changed it out to a different answer. He's suing them. That's like against the law. They're all in the pockets of the Democrats. It's unbelievable. And I think the key to this world, to the United States, is we've got to get somehow, some way, the propaganda out of the media. We've got to get where people trust. We can't have a country if we don't have a media. You know what I'm saying? You could say, well, and
all it does is
we've got Truth on X now, and it's the number one news source, but like. We have to have a media that's not full of shit. And unless we get I don't know what they're going to do. So, Yeah,
I don't know if that's fixable. How's poker been going for you?
I haven't played because I can't get any Vyvanse. And
oh, really?
And it's
You're
been
still going through that?
1 month without Vyvanse. I finally got a call. They have some in stock. My doctor called it over, and they said they don't have any. This is over a month. I can't get my medication. So the game's playing really, really big. I mean, like people it's playing so big that I'm afraid to get in it unless the old Mike would just get in and play and not give a fuck. But I don't feel like playing bad and losing money. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got out of makeup this last couple of weeks and been on a little bit of a heater. And I was able to play some bigger games that I wasn't able to take shots at before because I was so buried. And there's a 2-4-8 game that I got into on Poker 2. No, I lied, on GG. And it has a straddle option. So it plays 2-4-8, and once the game gets a little bit deeper, the most you could buy in for is $1,200.
I play in a three. I play a three. I play a three.
Straddling to 40.
Yeah, I play a 3-6-12 PLO game where you could buy in 6,000, and people win or lose like 20,000 a day in it. But
well, this creates such an odd dynamic with the 1,200 cap buy-in. So it'll, once the game goes on for a few hours, it goes 2-4-8 40, and then you might have a restraddle of 80, and it's basically pre-flop poker because if you pot it after that, you're all in. So you're playing bingo essentially, and it's 4 or 5 ways to a flop, and people are losing 80 and 100,000 in this game.
Yeah, that's why in the game I play and everybody buys in for 6,000. It's like it goes raised. Like I'll 3-bet a few hands, and if they 4-bet, like it depends how deep I am, But like, I got aces. I never 3-bet unless they're ace, like good aces. You know what I mean? And you just balance out, and when you're paying 6K deep.
Oh, you can. When you're that deep, you can't 3-bet bad aces.
No.
In those positions,
the only hands you should be
bigs, I don't mind it.
I mean, these guys 3-bet a lot of dog shit hands. Like they'll 3-bet any ace king with 2 napkins. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? So whatever. When you're playing deep, it's just you got to have good hands and play in position. So
yeah, totally different games.
Yeah.
Well, good talking to you, man.
Good talking to you, buddy. Thanks for calling. Have a great weekend, and pray for Trump on Tuesday. But they're trying to say, we might not know the election results for weeks. I don't believe
that's fucking ridiculous.
That is also ridiculous in a fucking first world country. But
it's scary. To be honest with you,
it's scary. But I think you're going to know by 8 o'clock. I think it's going to be too big to rig. I think it'll be over by 8 o'clock at night. That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong.
I surely hope so. From your mouth to God's ears.
I could be completely wrong, but look how they're acting. Look what they're saying. They're saying crazy shit. That means they're in
desperation mode. It seems
it's total desperation mode. They went from do you remember in August, Frank, when I was saying how good their messaging was and how uplifting it was, and how our messaging was depressing, and now our message is uplifting and theirs is depressing. Because Trump was desperate to flip the narrative, and he didn't know how to flip the narrative, and it went almost 6 weeks where she didn't have one thing negative in the news cycle. And like they said the other day, she has not had one thing positive in the news cycle in the last month. And they're just desperate.
Let a dumbass talk enough, she'll hang herself.
Yeah. All right, my man. Take care.
Take care, brother.
Later. 702-329-0480. Give us a call. We could play our phone call segment since Frank jumped the gun on us. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, man! It's election weekend.
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Is Mike. Oops. Thought we got it. I just want to know what Trump lies about, and name except Trump's a liar, Trump's a this, Trump's a that. Come up with something that he lied about in the last month. He's been so on message the last month. It's amazing. I mean, I really wanted to kill him 2 months ago, but he's really, really been on message.
Yes, how are you?
Good, man. Welcome to Mouthpiece. How you doing?
Good, Mike. If they're going to rig the election, they can do this with the computer. They can knock the computer out on election day, and then things will be all in turmoil. That's one of the
reasons why Trump's been all in with his supporters to vote early, because if you remember the last election in 2022, the weather was bad in a lot of the swing states, and there was snow in Nevada. It was a big snowstorm, and a lot of people didn't go out to the polls, and we ended up losing the Senate by like a really small amount of votes. So, he went all in on early voting, which is kind of really important. So, but I never believed that there was mass voter fraud. I never, ever believed that, But when somebody wins the election by basically 23,000 votes, you're talking about 5,000 votes in four major, Milwaukee, Detroit, Wisconsin. Oh, I already said that, Milwaukee. Philadelphia. You're talking about like basically taking, you could just flip 2,500 mail-in ballots. You know what I mean? That's nothing. That's like in your hand. You have that much in your hand. You could just run a handful through twice, and you do that in 4 different swing states, and that's the election. You see what I'm trying to say? So I never thought there was mass voter fraud. I never ever thought that ever. But
you don't think there'll be any disruption through the computer systems with this election?
I just think there's honestly, okay. You know how stupid Kamala is. She can't even talk to have an interview with. She can't even keep her two words together. So if they had a plan where they were going to steal it. She's not that good an actress. They're desperate. You see how desperate they are. That they can't. Even if she was a great actress, they couldn't be putting on this kind of act. Do you see what I'm saying? They are literally desperate. They are throwing anything and everything out because they know what the internal polls say. They know, and that's all I can say. You can't be just saying the things they're saying, the crazy things they're saying, unless they're desperate. And like, I'll go back to I have pretty good friends with Ted Cruz, and we talked about 2016, and we talked about what he did wrong. And I told him, I said, well, once Trump started to pull away, you started acting desperate. And when you start acting desperate, it's very obvious. And he understands, it makes sense.
They were acting cocky all along, and then
they've only started acting desperate the last 3 weeks, like really desperate, like the last 3 weeks they've just been like the last month, let's just say a month, they have just been since October 1st, they have just been throwing shit out like crazy shit. Trump's Hitler, Trump's gonna do this, Trump's gonna not allow you to have abortion. He's going to put you in jail. You heard that one? You're going to go to jail if you have an abortion. They're just putting out crazy shit. Like things that are just such lie. Everything they say is a lie. Now, I watched some of the Trump commercials, and they exaggerate some things. And I'm like, okay, that's exaggerated. But it's one thing to say something exaggerated, and it's another thing to just put out full-blown lies. Trump's going to put a national abortion ban. That's a lie. He's already said it'll always be to the states. He has no interest in it. Trump 2025. He's fucking already said, I have nothing to do with what Project 2025, and I will continue to have nothing to do with it. They just keep lying. Trump's going to assassinate Liz Cheney. Really? That to me, like that one there has to flip the polls even farther in Trump's favor.
Though, Mike, the betting sites, all along, when you thought for sure that Trump probably was up at least 5 percentage points, would keep on reflecting day in and day out. It was even. Oh, she's up 1%.
Yeah.
and they were taking bets on that where she was the favorite for the longest time.
Well,
How could that possibly be? How can it possibly be that she was ever ahead in this election in the last month?
It's if you not in the last month, but if you look at those 6 weeks when she got the nomination, like July, was it 24th, 27th through the end of August, okay? I thought even though I know everything they say is a lie, I thought their messaging was really good. You know, joy, move forward, come together. And I guess because they saw, okay, now that worked for 6 weeks, and then of course the whole country gets to see how fake and phony she is. And so just like she did when she rose to like the highest percentage the first week in the 2020 election primaries, and by the fourth week she was completely polling at 1%. Nobody wanted anything to do with her. I think the mistake the Democrats made is Trump really baited them good. She hasn't had one interview in 72 days. This is a disgrace. How could you be running for president and not interview? I honestly think, because I knew how awful she is, I think they should have just ignored the interview part, and just kept running the positive messaging. And once they put her in front of the camera, it was over, because she's fucking just that dumb. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so once they put her in front of the camera, and every single interview that she did was completely absurd, her answers, like, they asked her about what she's going to do on day one. Well, I'm from a middle-class family. Every answer. She even pivoted to that answer 2 days ago in an interview.
All the time. That was a big one. But think about this, Mike. How much money did the Democrats have as opposed to the Republicans for this election?
I'm going to say it's 3-1, maybe 4-1 in money.
It was more than that.
I think it's like $1 billion to $250 million.
Doesn't that that money buys elections? It's a little fun.
Well, it made the most unpopular vice president in history into a normal human being. It made the dumbest person in history into somebody fucking the sheep would vote for. So, it goes to show you what they could do. It's just kind of like poker, right? You can make a poker star by showing them all the great hands they play perfectly, right? And the guy could be a completely losing poker player. And next thing you know, like, he's one of the most famous poker players. You see what I'm saying? It's like the media. You create stars.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like, were most of us the best players back in the day? Sure, right? But the media, they created stars. They created characters, right? Well, the media created Kamala Harris because she's so dumb and so stupid. And I literally would take an IQ test with her, and I promise you I'm at least twice as smart as her. And I'm not that smart.
Without a doubt.
When Trump says she's the lowest IQ person,
she's
she can't answer a basic question. It's not like hard. Somebody asks you a question, you don't have to spin every single question. You can answer it. She's like, when she was a senator, like, I hated her because she was so far left, and I hated how she attacked Kavanaugh in those hearings. But like she sounded like somebody that knew what she's doing. Like, she's afraid to. It's when you dodge and you dodge and you dodge and you dodge. I mean, people would be like, well, why does she keep dodging these questions? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're right. You know what's wrong with? Think about this: the Democrats are willing to spend $1 billion to try to win an election.
Mm-hmm.
You think they would have somebody in their back pocket that would be the right person?
Well, they had no choice. They had. Well, this is where this. Here's the thing. What have I said? They were always going to Kamala Harris. Okay, Biden was never running, and they knew they could never pass Kamala Harris up because of DEI. Okay, well, They needed the first black president, the first female, but they need to run on identity politics. So they couldn't replace. The biggest mistake they ever made was picking Kamala Harris as their VP choice, because then they were stuck with her. They couldn't. They ran the first debate in June because they wanted Biden out. He was never running. He was never ever running. She was always going to be the candidate, right? I've said this.
They could have knocked him out so much earlier in the proceedings.
Well, they felt that it was early enough. It was a month before, over a month before their convention, and this is why they wouldn't let RFK run as a Democrat. This is if they let RFK run, he would have won the election easily. Dude, he was so popular. He was polling at 15% for the longest time, and then when they put Kamala in, he started polling at 5% because they went, an all-out blitz for her, right? But the reason why they would never let RFK run is because of his stance on the food and his stance on the vaccines, because they have big pharma and big farm in their pockets. Okay, not just the Democrat elites, the Republican elites too. They pay for their fucking campaigns. They pay for everything. You see what I'm saying? And Trump's
without a doubt.
Trump's the only one that could change it because he doesn't need their money. You see what I'm saying? And same with Elon.
Elon is in a perfect position now. All the big industries, those big pharma, the gasoline industry, all these things are just so established. Mm-hmm. You got this poor Elon. This guy Elon should be rolling. And when Biden got elected, he said for sure that he was going to put in fire charging stations.
Yeah,
they didn't put in one.
They put in 8.
Not one.
For like $50 billion, $42 billion. They put in 8. Where'd all that money go? Who knows? They got siphoned off to all their buddies. It's so corrupt. The corruption. Listen, I am not voting for Trump. I'm voting to get the corruption out. And people can say, well, he didn't do it the first time. Yeah, well, he didn't have Tulsi, RFK, and Elon Musk the first time. And they're in charge of his transition team. So there's going to be no more of those scumbag fucking losers put into his cabinet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, listen.
When you had money, and all your buddies had money under Trump the last time, everybody was happy. The government was running like a top.
Yeah, until
this didn't start getting bad until COVID came through.
Right, and COVID, right? Dude, COVID was used to take Trump out. It's all about everyth's about money. Okay, everything is about money, and so. I mean, even with the natural gas and the fossil fuels, it's like the people from overseas, they pay the politicians. Hey, if you don't fucking drill as much and use your own stuff and you buy from us, we'll send you billions of dollars for campaign. Dude, they're all corrupt. It's just sick. It's so sick. Like, look at the top 10% that are in the Senate and in the House. They've been there for whatever. They're all fucking filthy rich off of like $200,000 a year. You understand? Like $250,000 a year is a house job, living in Washington D.C. Dude, that $250,000 a year that pays for your 3 meals a day and a place to live. That's it. And yet they're all fucking filthy rich, You think AOC's dead broke? She was a bartender, didn't have a quarter to her name. I don't believe that she's worth $29 million now. I think that's a lie. Okay, but I guarantee you, she's got a lot of money put away.
You know what happened. You know what happens with what happened with politics.
Have you heard?
The computer opened up everybody. It made everything so transparent, and now people still steal right in front of your face.
They steal more. They steal more. There's still more from the computers. You know, did you? So this is another thing. You know, they're like, oh, Elon Musk is. You know, they're crying. Elon Musk is trying to buy the election. We need to get money out of politics. Do you know that all these big podcasts that the fucking unintelligent woman Kamala was on, they like pay these people like big money to influence. Like one guy said he got paid like $11 million to promote Kamala. You know, like they're like paying like podcasters millions upon millions upon millions to try and get their followers to vote for somebody. Like, man, it's just like craziness. You know, it's like she wouldn't go on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's got the biggest podcast in the world. Trump's podcast has 50 million views already. 50 fucking million. Yeah. Like, it's JD Vance has got like 8 million so far. Like, she goes on podcasts, it gets 500,000 views, 400,000 views, 600,000 views. I mean, those are a lot of views compared to the media, because ABC, NBC, those guys, nobody wants that shit anymore. They get like 10,000 views, right? So, okay, but like Trump goes on podcasts that get millions of views. You know, it's like, but she can't go on Joe Rogan because she can't keep an interview for 3 hours.
No,
she couldn't. She couldn't even keep 2 words together. I don't know, man.
You know, no one gets you. You know, guys like you know, that are kind of respected all along, like David Nuhr, and you know, this guy. He had a nice touch with the news for the nightly news, and then he gets involved with an interview, and he shows his true colors. He's a fucking total scumbag too. He was a legit guy, I thought.
I really, Barry Harris had 75,000 in Washington, D.C. It's only 98% Democrat. Congratulations. And it's funny is she did it where Trump had the January 6th political rally. But Trump's political rally was an insurrection. Hers is a political rally. They're just, everybody knows everything they say is a lie. And listen, having Trump better not fuck up with Elon or RFK or Tulsi.
There's no chance.
I think he's a very, he promised them X, Y, and Z, and I really believe that he will do that. It's going to make the world a better place. That's all I believe. I believe in my heart that not so much Trump, but like I believe in my heart that having Elon, Tulsi, and RFK is going to make the U.S. a better place. It's going to make it a healthier place. It's going to there are going to be no wars. I believe that. I truly believe that. I don't believe Trump's running on.
What's the other side of that? What's the other side of that coin if she gets in?
Well, if she gets in, Ukraine gets funded more. They escalate World War III. Putin steps right on her face because she's a weak pussy. And she can't speak. She can't even have it, And I think she's dangerous.
It's going to piss on her.
But it's like I don't believe she. I mean, she has to be the one that goes in front to Putin and Xi Jinping and people like that. But I don't believe she's making the decisions. I mean, I believe it's
Soros,
Obama coalition. I mean, Obama. Is very involved.
He's weak now. He is fucking totally weak. He lost all his fucking moxie.
He's nothing, dude. He's been exposed.
He's a weak little sister, Yeah, he's been exposed, exactly.
Listen, if she gets in, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be literally sick and very worried for this country. You know what I'm saying? But if she gets in, it's like, whatever, I'll accept it. She could win. I could be completely wrong. She could win. I'll
That's
feel
what I'm saying.
I'll feel very bad for the country if she wins. That's the truth.
That's the scariest part. The people that are taking bets on this thing are still way off. I mean, if you
I think so.
everything
I
about-
think Trump's anywhere from 3 to fucking 10-1 favorite. You know, I just
Yeah, but what odds do you think they're giving on right now?
it's fucking down to like $1.50 last I saw. I laid $1.67. I laid $1.67 2 weeks ago, and it was 2 to 1. It was 2 to 1. Hold on a second.
about 2 weeks ago, right?
Hold on, let me tell you what it is now. So it's down to $1.33. Wow.
You believe that?
Wow.
You see, no. If you're watching a football game and you're going to bet it in game, and it Trump is one team and fucking Kamala is the other, would you be afraid that you can't even bet this? The line.
Listen,
you know,
I laid this is very scary because I laid 2 to 1. I mean, it was 2 to 1 3 days ago. I laid $1.67 for 10,000.
I just saw something that she's ahead in Iowa.
In where?
Iowa.
No chance.
There was a poll that came out today.
No chance. So well, I stick with Pinnacle because they're the number one. Like, I mean, their odds are the sharpest that could be.
Of course, yeah, they always were the best for sports all along. Yes. But anyways, Mike, listen, I got to get going here.
All right,
it was
man.
nice talking to you, buddy.
You got it. Take care. 702-329-04. Wow. Okay. Now that was just $1.33. As we're on the phone, it's down to $1.28. I haven't. There must be some crazy news going around today for this to be dropping like this. Trump is 280 in Arizona. Trump is minus 205 in Georgia. Now she's 2 to 1 favorite in Michigan. That's a big flip. Trump's $1.60 in Nevada. That was 2 to 1 2 days ago. Trump's 2 to 1 in North Carolina. They have Pennsylvania now as $1.10, $1.10. Trump was 167 2 days ago. They got her $1.50 in Wisconsin. And there you go. You've had three places flip in the last 2 days. So no, she will never win Iowa. That's a joke. So I guess a lot of this money. This is bad. So I haven't seen my. I presume Bitcoin's gone down today. Let's see. It was 72 days ago. That's still 69,000. I don't know, man. I laid $1.67 on a coin flip, but I don't believe it's a coin flip, so I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned at all. I'm not, But you never know when they could spread when all like the top 7 media places put out Trump wants to execute Liz Cheney, and then of course they walk it back after like 10 million people view it. So listen, it's all about. I go by the betting markets, so the fact that there's been such a shift, does it scare me? Yeah, a little bit, but I don't believe. I don't believe it, but we'll see. Whatever happens. 702-329-0480. Give us a call. You can talk election. Talk whatever you want. I don't know, man. My instincts are pretty good. I knew Trump was going to lose in 2020. I always said they'd never let him win, but maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Trump has been using violent rhetoric forever. Oh, the media tells me that. Trump does not use any violent rhetoric. He's funny as hell. Anyways. Well, let's see. We've been on for an hour and 23 minutes. Thought we'd have more people to talk to. We got a lot of people listening today. 702-329-0480. I'm going to go watch football if you guys aren't going to call in. I've got to go to a charity poker event tonight. Starts at 7:30. So I got to jump in the shower. Our pick of the week this week is Arizona Cardinals. Oh, we got another call. We'll take this one more call. Welcome to Mouthpieces, Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? It's Anthony from Long Island. How are you, bud?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. Listen, Glance, what's wrong with this guy? Is he out of his mind?
He hates Trump. He's got severe TDA. He's actually a good guy. We're really close friends. He thinks Kamala's the worst, but he thinks Trump's worse. I don't think it's close, you know. But I just like all these people that like retweet like the Liz Cheney hoax tells me that they're very, very, very weak people and very stupid, you know. Like I'm good friends with Norman Chad. He was the first one to retweet the Liz Cheney hoax. And I'm like, are you crazy, dude? Are you that stupid? Come on. He's a really good friend.
Mike, I think these guys, I think most of these people have their heads in the sand. They don't have a clue on what's going on. You know, we've spoken in the past, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, all they want is a puppet, just like Biden, okay? They want a mannequin. They got a mannequin voted last time, okay? They want another one, right?
Yeah.
So they're afraid of Trump because Trump can't be controlled.
No shit.
He can't be controlled. That's the bottom line. These politicians make money from wars and all this other shit.
Dude, they make money, zillions of dollars from wars, vaccines, fucking the chemicals in our food.
Right. So that's the reason why they can't stand him. That's why they don't want him back. And he represents something a lot different than what they want. Right. The powers that be, whoever the powers that be are, that are controlling everything. Right? Yeah.
I mean, I am a little bit worried because, like, their closing message of Trump is Hitler, Trump's going to kill Liz Cheney. I mean, it's insane closing message. But the fact that the betting odds have moved this far in 4 days scares me. That means that people are believing the bullshit. You got to remember, like I said, this is an election decided by 20,000 votes. You know, you get 3 million people that have no idea who they're voting for going into the box, and they hear Trump wants to execute Liz Cheney, and they pull the lever for her. You see what I'm trying to say? And so their lies and their despicable bullshit is working, I guess. I mean...
But they're also fucking around, Mike. They got to be fucking around.
And they had every media outlet go with the story, which they knew was false. Like, it's a blind person knew it was false. Like, you have to have an IQ of like 20. That's a completely retarded to believe that that it could be true. First of all, when you even hear it, like, wait a minute, we're 3 days before the election and Trump's asking for the execution of Liz. Just say that to yourself. It's impossible. You see what I'm saying? And they ran with it.
It's a joke.
They ran with it for 24 hours. And they'll do it. Just goes to show you, like, what Marco Rubio put out. He says straight out, they are running the biggest disinformation campaign, all the medias collectively, to do whatever they can and make sure Trump doesn't win. I mean, so much for democracy, right? So much for Democracy.
Everything they say, everything they blame Trump or what they accuse Trump of doing, they're already doing. We know that.
That's what they're doing, of
They're already
course.
doing.
When they say Trump wants to jail his political opponents, they've already been doing that for 3 years. Look at all of January 6 people that were walked, that just trespassed in the Capitol. They all got like 3-year jail sentences. You know, they put Bannon in jail for 4 months for he wouldn't subpoena, which like thousands of people don't go to a subpoena. You know, everything's lawfare. And you know what? Elon's right. If Trump loses, they're going to go after him and try and put him in jail. These people are crazy. They're sick. This is real. I truly believe in my heart, and it's nothing to do with voting for Trump. I'm not even a big Trump fan. If Trump don't win, this country's fucked. I really believe it. And it's not 2020 with this is the most important election, or 2016 bullshit. I truly believe it because I know the censorship that's going on. I know how pro-censorship they are. I know how they say Trump wants to be a dictator. Everything they accuse Trump of is what they are. I know it. I know it in my heart, and I pray for this country. The thing is except for two people in my chat, like, I don't know anybody that's voting for Kamala. That's the thing. You know, you go out on the streets, you know, you watch Don Lemon interview people, everyone says they're voting for Trump. Like 90% of them. You know, I think that they're wrong, but who knows? Now they're throwing this, there's going to be a secret woman vote, you know, like a secret Trump vote the last 2 years. And maybe that's how they're going to steal the election, by just putting that bullshit out there. I don't know. I know that they look desperate, and I know the betting odds have changed massively in 3 days. Like, to move I don't know.
They're going to be fucking around.
I don't know. From us to be 2-1 favorite to basically pick them in 3 days, that scares me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know that the polls mean nothing. The betting markets mean everything. Because all the money, where the betting money is who's going to win. 3 days ago, Trump was 2-1 favorite. 3 days later, after Hitler, and Liz Cheney, it's pick 'em. I don't know, man. That kind of scares me. I mean, I don't know. My gut tells me Trump's going to win, you know, but I've been saying for 2 years they would never let him take office, take power. But I don't know. I just feel it's going to be too big to rig. I just do. I don't know how anybody could vote for her. I mean, a lot of people say, well, how could anybody vote for Trump? But like, Trump answers questions. He tells you what he's going to do in the economy. He tells you how he's going to bring down inflation. When they ask her a question, I'm from a middle class family. Like, she has no answers to anything. I don't get it.
Listen, Mike, it's an insult to all Americans that she's on the ticket.
Insult, absolutely. Somebody that could be that low IQ, and that
all Americans.
She's not even liked.
Again, that's
like, the truth of the matter is like 35% of the electorate on the Republican side. So let's just say 15 million people. 15 to 20 million people love Trump, the man. They love him. They truly love him, right?
Yeah.
I don't know one person that says they're voting for Kamala because they like her. Even my Democrat friends here, do you guys like Kamala? They don't like Kamala. They're going to say, no, I hate Trump.
What's there to like? What's there to like?
How could you vote for somebody to run the country that you don't even like? You know? Well, I hate the other side. I mean, it's just like I said, the Dems are the party of hate. Their answer is, I hate Trump. How could you run on hating somebody?
Right, exactly. Listen, I don't like any politicians. Let's put it that way, okay?
I don't either.
Republicans, Democrats, they're all shit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't give it. They're all. You know,
I agree. I hate the Republicans just as much as I hate the Democrats. Trust me.
Okay, a very small percentage of these guys are probably on the up and up. Okay, let's be real.
Listen. I'm very good friends with a guy that was in the House for 12 years, and he was not corrupt. And he told me that 10% are on each side are corrupt. So that means 100 senators, 10 of them are corrupt. Out of 442 House seats, we're talking about 40 people are corrupt. So 10% in each place.
I think that number's got to be higher.
He wouldn't lie to me. We're very close friends. He was there for 12 years.
Yeah. I get it. And listen, I listen. If you're hearing it from the horse's mouth, I get it.
Yeah.
But again, listen, they both sides don't want Trump there. Okay, most of these Republicans.
The Republicans hate him more than the Democrats.
That's what I'm saying. So, listen, what's her name had her shoes shined, ready to dance on the fucking convention stage.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley, because Trump wasn't supposed to be there.
Correct. You're right. Think about the assassination attempt. That's the only time MSNBC or CNN were broadcasting a Trump rally. How'd they know? Of course they knew.
It was both sides.
Dude, he was 99.7% to be dead, and then they were going to replace him with Nikki Haley. It's exactly what was going to happen.
And she was because the rhinos, the fucking establishment, loved Nikki Haley because she could be controlled just like everybody else.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%, and that's why, if you believe in God and you believe that what you just said, which I believe to be true, okay, if you believe that, then you believe Trump's going to win. If you believe that Trump's alive today because God wanted him to be alive, then Trump's going to win.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
there's no other way. There's no other way to explain it. There's zero chance. See, Trump is really quiet. He doesn't say anything. He always says, the Secret Service did a good job. The Secret Service did a good job, right? He knows, dude. There's no way that they let that guy in to kill him. They had it they had it on CNN. They had his rally on MSNBC. That's the only rally in 4 years that were broadcast live. How? Because they knew.
Mike, there was somebody else. It wasn't him. It wasn't that kid that shot him, that tried to shoot him.
I don't think so either. I'm with you, bro.
There's somebody else.
Dude, it's like a complete miracle.
The bottom line is, we started this, right? I see Lance on Twitter, right? But everything that he tweets, he seems like an intelligent guy.
He is.
He doesn't seem like a dummy.
He's not.
Okay?
He's very smart.
But the thing is, how can, if you these people, some people are so smart they're stupid. Like, how on earth? Like it seems like when he tweets, it's almost like sarcastic. Like it's like just thrown in your face, saying, "Look,
yeah,
at betting markets. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what's happening." And I'm like, for real? Just because you hate somebody that much, that's what you're gonna bow down to this thing, to her?
Yeah.
For real? But the bottom line is, Mike, you know that the Democrats will do anything, and they'll fucking thumb their nose at you and say, "Look, we can put anybody in there and get elected," and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's the truth. They got that other moron, elected, and then they realized after, he can't go on. What do you mean he can't go on? He went on for 4 years the same way.
Yeah. The
same way for 4 years. Nothing happened at the end. He was bad the whole time.
Listen, I was a big Trump supporter. He did a lot of things I hated. I thought he mishandled the COVID situation really badly, but I thought they put him in that situation. He goes to Fauci.
Mike, of course.
That was a setup job, correct? And you look at like Fauci in 2017 saying there's going to be a global pandemic sometime during Trump's presidency, and then as he's running for re-election and he's winning like 2-1 over anybody, they drop the COVID bomb, right? And like they made him shut down the country. They made him do, you know what I'm saying? Because they knew his personality and how he would react. You know what I'm saying? And he looked bad on the stage. Let's not forget how he looked during some of those COVID meetings. He looked like a narcissist that was like desperate. But that's what they did.
Like, listen, he's pissed. He was pissed.
Yeah.
He knew the real reason. He knew it was put on, it was planted on purpose.
Of course he did.
Set up.
That's why. But see, that's why I said
saying.
I didn't think he'd ever run again, because if you believe they stole it from you the first time and you believe they put a virus on the world to take you out, well, what do you think they're going to let you do? What's going to change the next time? So,
Mike, they shut down the world economy to get what they wanted.
Yeah, I know.
You understand?
Look, you still have people like Barry Wong. He told people to inject disinfectant. That's like that hoax has been like debunked like 20,000 times. But like when you say the hoax over and over again and you believe it, then you believe it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows he was talking about the ultraviolet light in the body that's supposed to kill it. You know what I'm saying? But it's already debunked. Yep. But they run with he asked people to drink bleach. I mean, everything that's in I mean, that's it. I mean, I just can't even believe the Liz Cheney hoax. I mean, really. And I have people texting me about it, like, "Oh, this is your guy." I'm like, "Are you that stupid? Like, come on, dude." Like, I knew right away I watched it. I mean, come on, man. Like,
it's a joke, Mike. The whole thing's a joke. And listen,
I know the betting markets have moved down to almost pick 'em, but honestly, I don't think I know in my gut, man. I think the momentum is with him. There's been no positive news cycle for her at all. I might be wrong, man. I mean, we're gonna know this week.
Listen. Anytime I've listened to you a long time, and anytime you have a feeling in your gut, usually it's right.
Correct.
So,
and I knew in 2020. I kept telling everybody they're never going to let him win. They're never going to let him win, right? But I also said they're never going to let him win going into 2024. But like you said, they weren't going to let him win. He's not supposed to be here. See what I'm saying? There's a big difference. There came to a point where you had 2 assassination attempts on him. Like he's the most guarded person in the world right now, so they can't let him get assassinated or it'll be too obvious, right? So my never going to let him win, it could be out the window. I truly think that my gut just tells me somehow, some way he's going to win. And then there's going to be, Mike, then you're going to see, you're going to see the real violence. You're going to see the left, because they're the real violence.
Mike, it's fitting to the movie that we're living in, right? Everything's a movie. It seems like we're living in the movie, right?
Correct.
What's the next twist, right?
The next twist is Trump becomes the president. They cause violence all throughout the country. And because they want that, because they want chaos. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
My gut just tells me they're going to do something crazy in the next 3 days, but my gut also tells me that Trump's going to win. And you hit it right on the nose.
Hope you're right,
and Phil, Phil's got a pretty good intuition too. And Phil's like, how is this race even close? He's like, if I was putting the odds, he goes, I'd have Trump 3-1 favorite at least. He's like, I don't think Trump could lose. Now that's coming from Phil, who used to be a Democrat his whole life, and he's like
impartial, right?
His wife's very liberal, so she hates Trump, but I mean, like Phil's more aligned with me now than he ever was, but that, like his intuition is the same as mine. Like all the really, really good poker players' intuition, like Matt Lance told me he thinks Trump's going to win. Okay, so like as much as the crazy shit he thinks, like his intuition tells him Trump's going to win. My intuition tells me Trump's going to win. Phil's intuition tells him Trump's going to win. I could name a few more.
What you said before about somebody upstairs was helping him that day avoid.
Dude, how could you? There's no other way to describe it. Do you know that he comes out? He talks about his belief in God, how much it changed him that day. And he's not just making that up, dude. This is the guy that got shot and yelled "fight, fight, fight" when he got up. You know what I'm saying? I believe it changed him as a person. I do. I do. And I just feel like there's been too many good things go our way in this election cycle. You know, as soon as they tried to spin the comedian's anti-Puerto Rico message, what happened?
Oh, please.
Fucking Biden comes out and calls half the country garbage. Okay? So they couldn't even get that talking point through, right? So when everybody was talking about the garbage comment for 48 hours, what did they do? They had to do something crazy. They threw the Liz Cheney fucking hoax at everybody, right? To change the news cycle for like 18 hours, which they did. But it just goes to show you how sick they are. Who wants to live in a country where one side is just making things up to destroy the other side? You know, it's one thing if somebody does something and like Biden called half the country garbage, and they try to put an apostrophe in front of it where you could listen to the video 1,000 times, and 1,000 times he called half the country garbage. Okay, and then like everything they say, they just make up. They just make up things. The teleprompter goes out, they can't even speak. They're like robots. It's like we're living in like an alternate universe, you know?
Well, Obama was like that too. Obama couldn't talk without
Obama's a great speaker, the greatest speaker maybe of all time.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah.
But if he didn't have that teleprompter, he couldn't.
I disagree. I mean, Trump off the teleprompter's fucking not the greatest. I mean, he goes off script, and I have to hold my breath.
He's a comedian. You know,
yeah, he just tries to make people laugh, but he sometimes says things that are just so far out there, and that's why people hate him. To me, I just the fact that if he wins, I'll have 4 years of the 3:15 a.m. tweets off the shitter that are just is funny as hell. Like I used to laugh. Like waking up and laughing is really good for the country. You know what I'm saying? I mean, those tweets at 3:15 a.m. just out of the blue, like so and so's a piece of shit, or so and so this, or so and so that, and I just laugh, oh wow, like he's sitting on the shitter at 3:15, and here comes the fucking crazy tweet. To me, it would make me laugh, and so especially the first like a year or two, like it was really funny. Like I would just like I'd look at my clock, it'd be 3 a.m. and I'd be like, all right, 10 more minutes, here comes the fucking tweet. What's he gonna say today? You know, and
But anyway, listen. So Mike, listen, I'm from New York. I have a lot of Jewish friends, and I deal with a lot of, through the years I grew up.
How could you be? The Jewish people? How could are they all voting for Trump? They have to be, right?
All my friends they've been conservative forever. They're all conservative.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. But as far as there's plenty of them that don't care about Israel, which boggles my mind.
And that's the thing. Like you're not a Jew if you're not a Zionist. You understand? Like there's no such thing. You can't say you're a Jew if you're not a Zionist, because the Jewish religion revolves around the country of Israel. Everything revolves around the country of Israel and the survival of the country of Israel. So, that's why I have a lot of friends that are Jewish I call them fake Jew. I'm like, hey, fake Jew. Hey, fake Jew. I'm like, you're not a real Jew. Well, I have so many family back in Israel. Well, care a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's Yom Kippur. You could fast for Yom Kippur. You could go to the synagogue for Yom Kippur. Don't sit there and say, I have to go to a football game or whatever. They were all like talking about the guy from BYU, the Jewish quarterback. I'm like, oh, he's playing on Yom Kippur. Well, he's not Jewish. A real Jewish person would never play on Yom Kippur. So I call him out.
That's the real serious holiday.
No shit.
In Jewish religion.
If you can't be a 2 day, if you can't be a 2 day a year Jew, then what are you? So, yeah.
Listen, hang in there, man. You're a good guy. Keep plugging away, and I'm glad everything's turning around for you. How you been feeling? You feeling better?
Actually, I've been feeling good the last few days. It's really weird. I have to go out tonight, so I'll probably feel like shit. But I was really confident that Trump was going to win, and I still am. I don't like the betting market shifts, though. That scares me, because wherever the money goes, usually is right. And so, like, even if you look at the football games last year, all the line moves were struggling. They've been struggling all year. Last week, 7 out of the 8 line moves all won. Because the sharp money, wherever the line moves, is usually the right side. You know what I'm saying? So now I thought it would come down a lot, but I didn't. It was 2-1 3 days ago. And for it to come down to almost pick 'em now, I don't know. I haven't looked at the news cycle today because I just woke up. I wonder what kind of fake news came out today. Anything crazy? I mean, for what's that?
I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Maybe maybe Trump is Hitler. Trump is Hitler. Trump is Hitler. Trump's gonna kill your baby. Trump's gonna. If you get an abortion, you're gonna get put in jail. Maybe that's working. I can't see that message working, but there's so many low IQ voters that maybe it's working. I don't know. To me, it's sick.
It's beyond sick. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hang in there.
I appreciate it. I got to get myself dressed. I got to get myself dressed and get to this. I got to be at 7:30 at the charity poker tournament starts. So
have a great time.
You got to have a great weekend.
Be well. Take care.
All right. Pick of the week: Arizona Cardinals. Second pick of the week. This is going my gut. I have nothing to even go on here. I got the Ravens at -9. Third pick: Rams -1. See if we can go 3-0 2 weeks in a row. I should have gave you my pick of the week on the Jets on Thursday. All right, I'll see you next week. We're going to probably have a new president by Friday, I hope. And I pray to God it's Trump. I really do. I know a lot of you guys. Even if he's not, I still love everybody that's voting the other way, no matter what happens. And have a good weekend.
The Mouthpiece.